In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 10 sleeper investment LEGO sets to be swiping the card throughout 2025. Now, I did put out a video where I covered every single LEGO set that is potentially going to retire at the end of 2025, and by February, we will see over 70 LEGO sets be updated to this list. So comment below if you want to see an updated full retirement 2025 list, and I'll be sure to give you guys an update by February. So first off, that is going to be going down, and then let's talk about 10 sleeper LEGO sets that are going to be retiring. Some of these were not included in the list. That's why I was bringing it up, and I think is worthwhile to bring up in today's video. So if that interests you, stick around, subscribe if you're new, and smash the like button. If we hit 500 likes, I will make that video for February. Let's jump straight on into it. What's up, everybody? I'm your host here, Chris from Stud City. The first LEGO set, I can't not talk about it. Double not there. Daily Bugle from the LEGO Marvel theme, but is this a Marvel LEGO set or is this a modular set? And it's kind of a cross-platform between the two. Now, in retrospect, this is technically the first Marvel modular we've seen in the whole entire lineup. In modern day, we now have 4. We have this one, the recently retired Sanctum Sanctorum, also on the market as the Avengers Tower, and newly released as of October 2024 was the X Mansion. I might have even been November, but anyways, there's 4 currently that have been produced. 1 is retired, and it looks like the Daily Bugle will be joining the Sanctum Sanctorum on the retirement list. Now, one thing interesting about this set that not many channels will probably tell you is that back in August of 2022, I call those Legoflation because we saw LEGO sets that were currently on the market jump from price points just increase in price. And this is one of those LEGO sets. The set used to retail for $300 up until August of 2022, where LEGO single-handedly just raised the price point from $300 to $350. Not a release, not a re-release. It was just existing on the shelves and just saw an escalation in price. Pretty crazy stuff, but this was one that was impacted. So already, if you bought it before that time point, which I fortunately did, it was already $50 more expensive. Now, I'm not going to let that take away from this set. This set is really, really awesome. I'm not a Marvel fan. For those of you who know me here on the channel, know I'm very anti-superhero. It's just something that is not for me, not interested in the lore. But I will say I thought this set was really, really epic and just kind of a one-of-a-kind piece. It was really one of the first skyscrapers we ever seen. Nowadays, we saw the Avengers Tower be built, but this was kind of the first of its kind. So I do have some love for it. I think it's going to be an exceptional retiring 2025 set, and definitely one we'll be covering here and looking for deals out across the channel. The next LEGO set is going to be a lot smaller, and this is just going to be a simple little LEGO Star Wars battle pack. It's the Ambush on Mandalore battle pack, and has a lot of play into some of the upcoming seasons and new releases of shows. I think will be, maybe a little bit more important later on, as in 2026, we'll see the new Mandalorian movie. Who knows? Maybe some of these troopers will be brought into the movie. I guess we don't know, right? I'm sure there's better channels to speculate a little bit more on that. But to see this one go at the end of 2025, I truly thought this was a very strong suited battle pack. Currently, probably my favorite one on the market. It is just 4 really good minifigs, in my opinion. Nonetheless, comes with a boatload of really cool pieces that if you're an army builder, you just get a nice little slew of pieces to build box. So normally the set retails for 20. There's been time in, time out. We've seen it for 16. Normally battle packs, unless you find them in-store clearance, don't really go much cheaper than that. So throughout the course of the year, loading up at $16 is probably something I'll be doing. Following the Star Wars theme, I also have the Darth Vader helmet on this top 10 list. Now, the helmet collector series from LEGO Star Wars in general has been super, super crazy. In the investment side of things, we saw the TIE Fighter pilot be the original set that retired, retailing at $60, maybe it was even $50 if I'm not mistaken at the time. And then to modern day, the price point of, hitting the 3-4, at one point it was $500 to get a sealed version of that set, which is absolutely astronomical. Now, I don't think this one has that potential. However, it's freaking Darth Vader. It's been quite heavily on the shelf life and was recently added to the retirement list. So I think it'll be no shocker to see elevated prices of this one, as the helmet collector series is very popular, and this is Darth Vader, right? Like, it is Darth Vader. I don't know what else to make it more simple than that. How many people are buying Commander Cody or Captain Rex versus Darth Vader, right? No, they probably have Darth Vader first, unless they're like super drawn to the Clone Wars show. But keeping that in perspective, I think that's going to be a safe one. The next Lego set might be a little bit shocking at the higher price threshold. Don't get me wrong, it is kind of expensive for what it is. One of the price points that's kind of included in this is all the motorized and LEDs that kind of go into a set like this. So the Motorized Lighthouse speaks for itself, being motorized. So all the Bluetooth features definitely mark up that price point, probably about $100 or so. So keeping that in mind, this one's $300. I kind of resemble it to it is a Lego Ideas themed set, which is kind of always overlooked. I always think it's icons, but it is Lego Ideas. But I kind of resemble this one a little bit to the wind turbine, the windmill set, that the Vespa that retired, back in, I think, 2019 or 2020. That one was kind of slept on as well and performed extremely well after the retirement list. So I think this one is a little bit in that kind of realm. I know it doesn't have the name tag to it, Vespa, but it has the Lego Ideas theme tag to it. So kind of factoring that into the cost, I think this one will be a little bit of a sleeper investment set. So I'm going to be looking out for a deal throughout 2025 on this one. I'd love to get this in the $200 range. That's definitely my buy price point that I have written down. So hopefully we do hit that price point, but I would love to even get one for the personal collection because I do think this is a really cool set. Next up is one I'm super drawn to. I think it's just probably sold extremely well, has a very much awesome display factor to it. The Mighty Bowser from the Super Mario line. I built this set. I loved it. I'm hoping to get more copies at a very discounted price point throughout 2025. It's going to be sad to see this one go, just how genuinely happy the set is. For a mighty character like the Mighty Bowser being so villainous and, evil, he just looks so fun, right? And so playable. And I think this is just like everything Lego is about. So seeing a buildable character like this, especially the Super Mario, such a kid-friendly character, and then, of course, having the name Super Mario tagged to it as they continue to produce movies from Super Mario. I think they're announced the Super Mario Bros. 2 movie coming in the near future. And then just aside from that, just having Mario, right? Nintendo licensing, that is absolutely bananas. So this is a no-brainer in my eyes. And one I've heavily included in this list. Now, there's also an update for this new list in February, and like I said, smash the like button so we can get an updated full 2025 retirement list, because this is one set that was included that was kind of skeptical. It'll be interesting to see if this follows suits throughout 2025, considering this was an August 1st, 2024 release, and would only give it about a year and 4 months shelf life. It does have the 25-year anniversary stamp from Lego Star Wars, so I am skeptical if it is going to retire, but it does come with a boatload of cool minifigs, including a 25-year anniversary Cal Kestis minifigure, which is extremely popular in the Lego Star Wars fandom. It does come with Darth Vader and a slew of other iconic minifigs. Now, there was major arguments to the set being dumbed down, aka being smaller, and being a smaller Lego Star Wars ship, it wasn't too fond of in the community, but I do say it was extremely detailed, had a lot of the play features that we've seen in past models and variations, but of course, being a just smaller set in general. It still makes it onto the list, considering this short shelf life. The next Lego set, I think, also is a little bit of a no-brainer, as we will see probably a new Fast and the Furious car being added to the Speed Champions line. This one in particular is probably the most drawn to me from Fast and the Furious, and this is particular to Fast and Furious, or the second movie. This is the Nissan Skyline GTR, the R34, aka Paul Walker's, who, rest in peace, Paul passed away in, I think, 2017. But iconic car to the franchise, iconic car to the community. I was actually going to a friend's house over winter break for a Christmas party, and he was like, "Hey, I gotta show you something. I know you like Lego." And he pulled me in one of his rooms with some of his collectible items. And, it's awesome to see other people's collections and stuff. And this was one of the sets that was on there. There's a handful of Lego sets, so this was one of them. But I think that speaks wonders because he's heavily involved in the car scene, and this is a set that just speaks wonders on more of a Lego than just the Lego community as a whole, and just people that are fans of Fast and the Furious, which is probably not slowing down in movies, as we clearly see Fast and the Furious. We'll probably be in 10 years and Fast and the Furious 105 will be coming out. But anyways, I think that's a no-brainer set, adding to my list. The next one coming in at number 8 is going to be the Disney Castle. This is the second Disney Castle to ever retire, because we saw one retire in 2022, and we're pretty shocked to see a re-release in 2023, which is this variant right here. Different minifigs, different color scheme. but it was a re-release basically of the Disney Castle at a higher price threshold. I believe the original was $350. That's the copy I have. I actually love the box art by far, way better. I think it's a better set, and I like the characters way more in the original. So I honestly never picked up a copy of this. I don't know if I will be picking this one up considering I have the old one, but if there's a discounted price for it, I potentially will be picking it up. Now, not to say it won't be a great investment piece, I just think the original is a lot better. Moving into the next Lego set, we have the Medieval Town Square, another set that was added into this list. Considering this is a fantasy era slash castle themed crossover set, the Medieval Town Square for me is iconic to see on this top 10 2025 retirement list. It's just a highly sought after theme and genre from Lego fans that it's interesting to see it already retiring. But nonetheless, I still think this one's iconic. I think it's a no-brainer pickup at some point throughout 2025, considering it's just a very well-designed and well-built looking set consisting of all the different buildings and kind of a whole entire market system. And nonetheless, just goes very well hand in hand with some of the existing castle Lego sets. Not to mention all the castle minifigures that you get inside of this to fit into your fantasy, MOC that you're building, or even just to add to your castles. Moving into our top Lego set, it's one that I kind of hard to put at a number one spot, but after reviewing some of the bigger YouTuber Star Wars fandoms, YouTuber like top 10 ranking tier lists of Lego Star Wars throughout all 2024, it was pretty common to see this set right here, the Droideka, ranks amongst the top 5 sets for many of those YouTubers across YouTube. So it's pretty crazy to see how impactful their opinions were to the community, and that this set was so highly rated in their list. Now, I do think $65 is kind of high for this set, considering there's no real minifigures inside of it, but a brick built version of this Droideka, it is a really, really cool roly-poly, as they like to call it, droid. And it does have the 25-year anniversary stamp, and I think commonly is about 20% off, or around $51 if I'm not mistaken. But this set is truly an iconic one. I think, nonetheless, I'm not discrediting them in any way or form. I think it is a great looking model, and it's definitely one I'll be picking up multiple copies, but a little bit of that is influenced by their opinions and their say in the entire YouTube world on this Lego set. But regardless from that, I still think it's a fantastic set. Getting, of course, the 25-year anniversary stamp inside of it definitely plays a little bit of feature into it, as well as, printed plaques here and falling in suit with the buildable characters. I think this is going to pair very nicely with, all the other droids, like we have BD1, we have the green one, we have R2D2, C3PO. It just goes hand in hand. So I think it just makes sense, and nonetheless is just another great piece to add to any collector, let alone invest in that set. So anyways, that's kind of my top 10 list for investment 2025 sets, kind of on the sleeper side of things. I put out a full top 10 list already, but these were in addition to it, and some I kind of wanted to talk further into it. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like the video and comment below if you want to see a full updated 2025 list retirement sets, and I'll be sure to make that videos. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. My name's Christopher from Stud City. Love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Peace out.